Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is the PC muscle race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
What's poppin'?
Also joining us is the mad pharmacist herself, Stephanie Klimov.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Where's the
How's
energy,
it going?
guys?
How's it going?
It's you know what, LeRon, it's going. I will give you that. It's going okay. It's going.
Come on.
It's going okay. How are you?
Glad to be back. As always, glad to be back.
It's like that scene in Star Wars. Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No, thank you.
Nothing to report.
How are you? Oh, man.
Happy Wednesday, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, it's finally here.
Yep.
God, it's Wednesday, right? I mean,
I don't know,
Man.
everyone seems to get harder and harder.
yeah.
I know, right?
It feels like Wednesday's just the day. It's just the day. And every day should be Wednesday. And I think we all just kind of decided that it should just be Wednesday all the time.
Nah, because sometimes hump day can be a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it for you today, LeRon? Are you all right? You doing all right? How was your Wednesday? You still hanging in
I
there?
felt run the fuck down. Like by 3:00, I was like, man, I am struggling. Like I came back from a job call.
Oh.
I didn't even hesitate. As I walked through the garage, I just grabbed one of the Bang Energies out the fridge, out the garage fridge, and just walked in the house and just cracked it open. I was like, I am not gonna make it.
I don't know. I saw you post a picture of Forza today, so.
That wasn't Forza. That was Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, well, whatever. It's all the same. It's all the same at this point. Oh, man. Stephanie, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm surviving. I got my typical energy drink here. Work's done for the day. Yeah.
Just for the day.
Just for the day. Make it till you make it.
Yeah.
That's how it be.
I'm just a little probably frustrated, with the way new work's going and everything. Just no time. It's even less time for me to do things. Just real quick, I just got news that finally my fourth novel will be released like third quarter-ish of this year.
Good
Yay.
shit. Good
So-
shit.
I need to get the front and back matter ready and all the stuff I want to do promotion-wise ready for that. But at the same time, I'm supposed to be writing my fifth novel, which, by the way, Lasby is helping me edit the first 5 chapters, which is great. So it's like,
Awesome.
no time. I ain't got the time.
Gosh, that's something I always wanted to do and just never sat down and did it. Now I have no time. So, man, I don't know. Writing is something that I always wanted to do, and it just never did.
Well, there's always time to still do it.
Yeah.
It's not like you can only write until you're age 30.
That's not true.
So.
That's not true. No, I'm just kidding.
So well, speaking of writing, like I've actually been jotting down a bunch of ideas and stuff. Like there's a whole bunch of just stuff that's been kind of pouring out of my head the last week or so. That I'm just like, I gotta jot this shit down because I can easily make plot synopsis off of these and then just run with them.
Nice.
Like my sci-fi brain is going ballistic, but I do have one. It's straight fiction actually. Fiction, not straight fiction. Fiction. It's a fiction project that no sci-fi at all. It's more like a real life. Like I'm almost feeling like it may just be like a novelized version of a rom-com.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, because I'm kind of sappy like that.
LeRon, that's what
notes.
That's what LeRon is known for, his sappiness, his sensitivity.
And my oily skin, apparently. Shit.
It's all right. You can't see it.
You can't see it unless I do what I did just now, like rub my forehead.
I was going to say, thanks for pointing that out. We would have never noticed otherwise.
I'm just too white. You can't see it.
You know what? There are advantages to being pale. There are advantages.
Like Exhibit A. Oh
Wait,
man.
I'm really sorry, but my brain is like a computer that's buffering, so I'm going to ask a question that I did not process and should ask before we went live. LeRon, what's your favorite monster in Monster Hunter?
If it's not Rathalos Rathian, which were the first two amiibos I showed you, it's probably Kushaladara. Which
What?
it's the first
You know.
uh it's the flagship Elder Dragon from Monster Hunter 2. As a matter of fact,
Duh.
if you look up if you go to Google and you Google Monster Hunter 2 Dose, on the cover that's the monster.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, like it's the Wind and Steel Dragon.
Gotcha.
The
All right,
Wind and
sorry.
Steel
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, like it's the cool. It's in my opinion, it's the coolest monster. It's definitely my favorite Elder Dragon. Basically, Elder Dragons they're supposed to be the boss level monsters, but as Monster Hunters progress, like those boss level monsters just kind of feel like regular monsters now.
Nice.
Right. I know what you mean.
Anywho.
One of these days, Corey and I are gonna play Monster Hunter. Like
One of these days, if I ever
it feels
have
like
time.
Exactly. I was gonna say, it feels like we're both way too busy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I just feel like I'm always doing something. I just need to stop. I need to like just stop, you know?
Stephanie, would you like to play Monster Hunter with us? We can make it a whole Boss Rush game cast.
I'm not opposed to it. I just need to, first of all, buy the game.
You might get a hookup.
Okay. I'm definitely not opposed. Honestly, the reason why I haven't really mentioned that is just because I'm like, I don't want to volunteer myself up if I don't even have the time to finish the games that I'm supposed to be playing, right?
Well,
like,
yeah. Well, the problem is Monster Hunter doesn't have a definitive end. It's whenever you decide to put it down. Like that's kind of the beauty of that game. It's almost like Corey can relate to this. Destiny. It's pretty much like that. Like it's basically a looting game.
okay.
Yeah, so you get as much enjoyment or as much playtime out of it as you want to get out of it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course, like it helps out if someone teaches you the way, because Monster Hunter used to be a game with a high level of entry, and it's not high but steep level of entry, and now I feel like it still does have that level of entry, but like Capcom has gone out of their way to like make the game like something it's easily digestible for casuals.
Okay.
Yeah. I would like to. It's on my list. It's on my Switch. Does that count?
Yeah, I'll dust off my Switch version. My Switch character is nowhere close to what my PC version character is.
Good, then I won't look as bad.
It's unfortunate that there's no crossplay, right?
I know. Yeah, Capcom just really fucked that up. I mean, you think they would have learned off of the whole Monster Hunter World thing on PS4, Xbox, and PC. You would think.
I mean, it's not just cross play. It's just you don't even need that. You just need cross save.
Yeah, cross save would be nice. Man, if I could take my PC character and like cross save it with I would delete my data on my Switch right now. Like if they said, "Hey, crossplay is good to go now. Link your accounts."
That's what I'm saying, man. Just.
You think that'll happen someday? I mean, it's clear that that kind of shit's possible, especially with MLB The Show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it better be pop. I tell you what, by the next gen, so PS6 and Xbox, whatever the fuck they want to call it, it better be a reality.
Can I say something about the next gen consoles? That better not fucking come out for a long time. I spent a lot of money and waited a long time to get the PS Series X.
Let me tell you, Stephanie, what is in the works already.
No.
Well, a PS5 Pro is coming.
A PlayStation 5 refresh. They're not calling it a Pro, they're calling it a refresh, and a new Xbox.
Well, that's because they're trying to do something different with the chips, like to make it easy, more easily manufacturable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, I should have waited because I bet you that next PS5 model is also going to be like a quarter of the size.
I bet it's smaller than the Series X.
Yeah, because I mean that's where this is when I waited on my PS4. I got the Pro, which is smaller and sleek and nice and gorgeous, and I'm so sad it's gone.
Yeah, rip PlayStation 4. It's fine. Yeah, that's another reason that I just am not interested in PlayStation right now. Is it's just too big. It's so ugly and big.
Yeah, the thing is gaudy, but I need to buy the black system plates for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That looks nice.
Yeah, and all the controllers are out now because I was in Best Buy today and I saw like every other color now. So like the purple one's out there now, the light blue one's out there.
I like
And
the purple one. I wish Nintendo would make some cool colored
Actually,
controllers.
it's a little too light on the purple for me. If I'm being honest with you, like it almost veers into pink territory.
Really?
Yeah,
It's like a
at least-
magenta.
yeah, at least the way it jumped out to me on the shelf.
Interesting. It's just too big, man. I have nowhere to put it.
Actually, never mind. That was the pink one I saw.
Oh.
Okay, well that makes sense.
That purple
Yeah,
almost looks pink.
Yeah,
It is
that was
pink.
the pink. That was the pink one I saw. My bad.
Yeah, I'd like to get one of those colored controllers, but I cannot justify it because the PS5 that I got was a bundle, so it came with 2 controllers. So I'm like, what am I gonna do with a third or fourth controller?
Trade them in.
I don't know.
Trade them in. Get a game. Look at me, problem solving. That's what Red Bull does. So yeah. Anyways, good times. PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC. I guess.
Oh shit! I'm
what?
on the PlayStation Direct website right now, and Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut for PS5 is $20 off right now. So this is actually a good time to buy this game now because like it's a $20. You got to spend $20 for the expansion part of it anyway. So this is the perfect time to buy this game.
How does this work when I'm already in the middle of playing regular Ghost of Tsushima?
I think it's just like DLC. It just kind of merges it into the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
just DLC. I mean, it probably just does what Horizon did, where like it just adds that information into your saved game already. I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Okay. The sale's going on to the 22nd, so I got a little bit of time to think about this. Oh, Demon's Souls is half off.
Look at Ron. He's looking up deals instead of podcasting for a console that he just lets sit there and look pretty while he plays PC games.
This is part of the podcast right now, right?
Man, is anybody playing anything? We haven't really done that segment in a while. I was just wondering, wondering if anybody is like.
I'm just gonna tell you this. Nada. I wrote up a little what are we playing because I was on Crossroads yesterday and I had every intention of playing a Memoir Blue because it's on Game Pass and Mass Effect, or at least started Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and I did not have a chance to do it over the weekend, and by the time I got off Crossroads this old lady brain just shut down and I passed right the fuck out. I've not played anything. Which is why I'm really glad it's a slow week for releases because I'm so behind.
Yeah.
It's been a weird couple of weeks in terms of gaming for me. We talked about Kirby last week on Pow Block, or 2 weeks ago, or however many episodes ago, and I started playing Super Mario 3D World again, and I've been going through and look at that.
It's not related to the actual new release. It's from an older game, but
It's
I
from
just saw it.
Star Allies, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if they decided to drop them for no reason. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, I have the King DDD one up here somewhere. He's up there. I see him, but I'm not gonna stand up and get it. I started playing Super Mario 3D World again, and I started 100%ing all the levels, and I'm through World 5 100%. So that game is a gem. It's a great game. I've also been playing Xenoblade Chronicles. I'm just like, I'm in this weird space where nothing is grabbing me, Like, even Super Mario 3D World, as much as I love that game and I'm really enjoying going through and 100%ing it, it's like I play like 1 or 2 levels and then I'll turn it off, It's
Sounds like you got player's block, a play on writer's block.
Ha! Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm not in the mood to do anything. I've been in this weird headspace, and it's just like,
Well, let's dig into this. I mean, have you ever had that before, Corey, or you at all, LeRon, where you have a lot of options, old and new games, but you
Oh
just
hell.
couldn't find something that you could just really stick to, whether it's like a mental funk or just whatever.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, I do a lot actually, and it happens more and more over the last few years. I don't know if it's just because like I get excited for something, and then when it's time to actually do the thing, I don't have enough time to even remotely sink any time into it, you know? And then I just fall back onto a comfort game like Destiny or Mario apparently or Tetris, and
That's
it's
that's
just like,
legit me.
yeah, I think the last game I legitimately got excited for and played all the way through, like really really played all the way through, was Guardians of the
Mhm.
Galaxy, and like I really loved that game. But even then, I started playing it, and then I took like a little time off, and then I went back and finished it. Like I started playing it when it came out, and then I didn't finish it until after the new year.
Hey, at least you finished it. I have a problem with momentum, even on a game like I feel like Kirby, like the latest Kirby, is definitely you can pick up and go. Like it's not so in deep that you need to like play it consistently or else you'll miss out.
Hmm.
Or even Pokemon Arceus. Like those two games I actually got into. I did thoroughly enjoy. I did have every intention of finishing it, but I'm like, I need to take a break and work on my book or something. Now it's been so long that I know technically I could go back and just pick up where I left off, but I don't like that feeling. I'm actually dreading returning to it, and part of me is like, you should start over, but I don't want to.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like I feel like we've been doing this for so long that I feel like I'm in this weird space where like I want to keep up and talk about things,
Yep.
you know, like in my mind, but at the end of the day, I really just want to play the games that I want to play, and like I get to that point where I'm struggling. Should I play something new or should I play something else? And then I just don't play anything at all, and then I just work on stuff, you know.
Hmm.
Like the other night, I randomly just future spoilers for Nintendo Power Block, guys. Congratulations, you're the first to know. Besides the people on the team, I wanted to play a game so bad the other night. Like I scrolled through my Switch, couldn't find anything. Scrolled through my Xbox, couldn't really find anything that I like really wanted to start or anything. And I froze. You know, I just froze. And then I was like, I opened my laptop and started making new stuff for Nintendo Power Block for episode 300 because I just couldn't. I just I don't know, and it's happening more and more lately.
I like Corey's like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like had this weird like there's too many things in front of me. It's like
Hmm.
the Netflix problem where you scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and then you just turn
Oh
it off
yeah,
because you don't know what to watch.
yeah, for real.
And it's I've been I've been really struggling with that a lot. And probably I mean even with Guardians like it took me a little bit to get into it. I think it's why I put it down for a little bit, but like I just am really struggling and finding enough time to start something new and then really sinking my teeth into it,
Hmm.
you know. So I don't know. I mean a lot of that's my fault because I just do so much anyway. But it's like, man, I just don't even know where to start.
Hmm. Yeah, and some games, most games require a lot of that, mental investment. And I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday or something, but there's certain games where I can't just sit and play for 15 minutes and do something else that I need to do. Like when I
Yeah.
when I play my video games, it's kind of like with writing for me. I need to sit down, not be interrupted, and just get into it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
If not, I just don't find it worthwhile.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at too. Is like I by the time like I get home, we put the kids to bed. Like I am just like, by the time 9 o'clock rolls around, which is usually like 9 or 9:15, is usually when my wife goes to bed, and it's just like by that time I'm like, well, I should probably edit the show and get it posted because I'll forget if I don't, or and I just don't start something, and by that time I'm like, I'm kind of tired, so I'm not tired enough to go to bed, but I'm not awake enough to invest my brain into something, so I just turn something on YouTube or whatever other streaming service we have, like, I don't know. I've been frustrated in that way too. It's just like there's not enough time. There's just not enough time. And again, I know I put most of that on. Most of it's my fault because of everything that we're doing, and I'm trying to keep up with everything there too. But man,
sounds like you need almost like a little bit of a reset. I know I need one.
I know a reset would be really nice. Not that I don't enjoy what we're doing. I just like, I'm always planning for the next thing. Like, I'm already thinking about tomorrow night is Tower Casuals and Expansion Pass, and then Friday is like a night off. But like, I usually play Destiny with my friends on Friday nights, because that's the only time we're all free. And then Saturday's Passover, Sunday is Easter, and then Monday is Nintendo Power Block. And it's like, well, now I'm looking at next Tuesday already for the, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just like,
that's jam-packed, dude.
It's like, oh my gosh, just like, what do I do? What am I doing?
Busy.
Well, since you mentioned the holidays, are there any like gaming related traditions around Passover or Easter? I don't really associate that as much as a gaming holiday like Christmas. Like for me, Christmas, well, obviously is family, or the other holidays surrounding Christmas, as well, Hanukkah and whatnot. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because it's wintertime and people get gifts and whatever. So I don't know if I have necessarily any gaming traditions for Easter / Passover around that time, but I'm in the mood for a spring game.
Yeah, I'm in the mood for I'm in the mood to play something. It's just like none of the new releases that came out have like really done it for me, I don't think, And like, I don't have a PlayStation, so I didn't get to play Horizon, which would have been the game I would have played, because I really like Horizon. And then I started Xenoblade because I wanted to play something big and meaty, and like, I am enjoying it, but it's not scratching the itch I want to have, I want like a Zelda, I even thought about restarting Breath of the Wild, like, because I want that Zelda or Witcher experience or something. And I thought about going back to The Witcher, but that combat system's so not complicated, but there's a lot to like know, to the point where it's like, well, I don't remember what any of these buttons do. So
right, it's definitely a different combat system than anything you find in Zelda. And I don't know about you, Corey. Like, I like Tunic, but it's not close to like, maybe like visually or in concept it would remind me of Zelda, but because it does not play much like Zelda, it does not scratch that Zelda itch.
Yeah.
And because I feel like I still will not have time to play games, what I'm really hoping for to kind of maybe reinvigorate me into the gaming world is that April Indie Showcase. That needs to happen soon. I feel like if I watch that, I'm going to get hyped, and then that'll get the momentum going. But it hasn't been scheduled yet.
Yeah, and like, I wish, that's the other thing too, is like, I wish I was into more indies than I am. Like, I'm not into a lot of the indie games that are out. I don't know what it is, and I don't know why I just can't get into indie games. I just can't. I think the last one I really got into was Crosscode, and that was like 2 years ago almost at this point. I really liked what I played of Unsighted too, but after like 5 or 6 hours, I was like, I'm done. I got what I needed out of this,
Well, I mean, just based on the indie showcases I've seen in the last 2 years, a lot of the stuff I got excited for isn't out yet, or only just came out. Like, there was one called Fallen Aces, It's got like a very noir cartoon first person beat 'em up style game.
Right.
Heard nothing about it since. Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals was announced. There's no release date yet.
Wait, I thought Oxenfree 2 was already out.
Mm-mm.
I was like, don't do that to me, because
It's not out yet.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it does not have a date.
Okay, yeah, it does not have a date. It does not have a date. I thought it was out because I remember hearing a whole bunch of stuff about Oxenfree 2. I thought it was out. My mistake.
That's all right. And then, no offense to it, like Aztec, the one that did come out that I was hyped for, did not. I mean, it wasn't the worst game, but it was very disappointing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I mean, man, I was looking forward to Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, and that wasn't. It's okay. It's not as good as I wanted it to be. Shovel Knight Dig isn't coming out for a while. Nobody Saves the World comes to Switch tomorrow, actually.
Yep, it's out tomorrow.
And which is a great game. It's a great Switch game, but like I'm not excited for it. It's something I want to play because I like Drinkbox and I like Guacamelee, but like I don't know. There's just something. I don't know if I'm just like in a. We had this question on Powblock or one of the shows, like a gaming rut, and like I feel.
Yeah, that was us last week. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like I'm in a rut and I don't know how to get out of it, and I feel like I've been in one for a long time.
Have you played Gato Roboto?
Yeah, it didn't really do anything for me.
Oh, okay.
That
was like the only game that came into my mind randomly.
Yeah.
So.
No, like. Like the
Go ahead,
the indie games that like I really love are like Shovel Knight, Hyper Light Drifter, Axiom Verge, which I haven't played Axiom Verge 2 yet.
There you go, Axiom Verge 2. Go do it.
But I have so many games. I'm not gonna go buy another game.
But you're with all those games, you haven't hit one that you can stick with. So maybe this is the one.
I know. Yeah, although something got like stealth announced the other day, and everybody got really excited for. Hyper Light Drifter 2 is in development.
Yeah.
Which
really? I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, well, their new game, what's it called? The 3D kind of platformer it only came to PlayStation. I forget what it's called. I want to say Atomic Heart, but that's not it. Heart Machine is the studio. I don't remember what the game is.
Wait. Oh, you talking about the one that just came out recently?
Uh-huh.
Why is it Solar Ash?
Yeah, Solar Ash.
It was escaping me for a second.
Yeah, I totally forgot because it only came to PlayStation, and then I kind of stopped paying attention to PlayStation stuff because I don't own a PlayStation. Man, Google Chrome is just like so slow right now. Let's see. Let me turn my Switch on because I gotta figure this out. Filling time with a beautiful song.
How about Road 96? Did you play that?
I've never heard of it.
Oh, we talked about it last night.
Yeah, it's an indie game. It was on the Indie World Showcase. It's on sale for the Switch on Amazon. It just got released on other consoles like this week, actually. And it's a procedurally generated kind of choose your own... No, stop. I should have not started with that. No, it's
but you
like
did.
It's like a walking sim almost, choose your own adventure. It's like you play as a character and you're just trying to like go across the country or go across the border somewhere. And what I mean by procedurally generated is just like as you adventure, you can choose to talk to this person or talk to that or hitchhike with this person and whatever.
I love how he was real quick like nope.
No, I should not have said that. I should have known better.
He was like nope.
It's not like a rogue like procedurally generated stuff. Oh, speaking of, have you played Rogue Heroes?
Which
What?
one?
Rogue Heroes.
No, it sounds like a
I hadn't
roguelite.
heard of it.
Sounds like a roguelite.
No, but it's very Zelda-esque. Rogue Heroes, something of Tesos. Rogue Heroes, Ruins of Tesos. Just write it down and look it up after the show.
No, it has the word roguelite in it. Nope.
Dude, another Zelda podcast interviewed the people who made that, and so it's very heavily Zelda inspired. I'm just saying. And I think there's a demo on the Switch. Just check the demo out.
Okay. I'll think about it. She said roguelite. I'm not checking it out.
He messed up.
That's such a trigger word for him. Goodness gracious.
Right?
The whole concept to me is stupid. Like, I already went through the generation of games where if you died, you had to start over. I went through that generation. It's called the NES. I don't want to do it again.
All right, note to self: never say the R word.
Oh yeah, for real. He will check out super fast.
Yeah. So does anyone have any gaming trigger words? Because apparently it's a roguelite for Corey. Or how about Souls-like? Does that like get under anyone's skin?
No, not me.
No, I just know, like, I've played enough of them to know that it just doesn't do anything for me. Although the Surge was okay. I mean, they're not bad games. Like, I played Dark Souls and Bloodborne and stuff. They're fine. They're not like, oh, I'm going to go do it. You know, I can't tell you how many people I've heard say, like, I knew this was going to happen, by the way, with Elden Ring. Mm-hmm. How many people have said they bought it because it got good reviews, and they bought it and hated it because it's a Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
I'm like, were you not paying attention? Do you not look stuff up?
Yeah, that's people. I think we all agree at this age in our lives that people are just stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think when I hear the term "get good," that gets under my skin.
Oh no, I use it from time to time.
I know. Well, I mean, I trigger Corey apparently. So.
But my thing is, like, I do it in the more joking way, and not the like the way that pisses everybody off.
Yeah.
It's okay. I do realize I need to get good because I like video games. Doesn't mean I'm good at them.
I don't get good. I turn every game I play on easy and play through it, and I'm totally happy.
Oh, speaking of which, did you finish Metroid Dread?
No.
Oh, come on.
I got lost again.
Oh, come on.
I turned it on the other day, and I was like, you know what? Here's a game I didn't finish. I'm going to finish it. And
thought you beat that by now.
No, I got lost again in the area where there's like water, and you can't jump a lot in the water.
Oh, because you need the gravity. Oh, gosh.
And now I'm
lost. You know what, Corey? I sequence broke that area. I got frustrated there too, and I was like, you know what? No. I looked up a sequence break because here's the thing about the water.
The thing is
about the water, like you're close to the gravity suit, depending on where you're at. You're close to the gravity suit.
I really like playing Metroid Dread. I love moving. I love jumping. I love shooting. I love the way it plays. I get lost so much, and I just bang my head against the desk, and then I turn it off. Like, I check the timer in the game because it tells you how long you've played, and then it tells you your in-game timer where, like, you know, this is how long it took you to progress, right?
Yeah.
I've played the game for like 15 or 16 hours, and the timer that says I've progressed is like 3 hours. So
yes, all Metroid games will make you look like a fool in that regard.
I feel like one. I really like Metroid Dread. I love playing it. I just get lost in it. That used to be another term that would turn me off of a game, would be Metroidvania. Nope, out.
Well, first of all, I think people misuse that term, first of all. I really think they do.
I 1,000% agree. I mean, Metroid, it's the same, like, concept, but they're two different concepts, right? Because, like, Metroid, you go through the game and you get a tool to help you progress through the next area. Whereas, like, when they say, like, the Castlevania part of it, when they refer to Symphony of the Night, it's just like it's an RPG maze. And, like, that's, I don't know, whatever. I just feel really stupid when I play games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, like,
I mean, this is the first Metroid game I've played since the original Metroid. So I mean,
you didn't play any other Metroid games since old school NES Metroid? Oh shit. Okay, yeah.
Which is why I liked Axiom Verge so much, I think.
Wait, hold on. I got lost more times in the original Metroid game than I ever got lost in any of the sequels.
Well,
I remember Metroid being a pain in my ass, but I loved every minute of it.
It was, but then I found a map, and I used the map, and I was fine.
Kind of like how I cheated and just looked up a sequence break because I was like, I am literally stuck in all this water and can barely jump, anywhere. Yeah. It's time to find the gravity suit. I'm fucking sick of this.
Yeah, and
I never. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and I just don't know where to go unless I backtrack and I miss something. But then I feel like I did most of the stuff when I backtracked, and now I'm stuck in this water hellhole where things suck me into them, and
that's how it goes.
Then there's like the big giant bug creatures that shoot little tiny bug creatures at you, and you have to use your missiles to kill them all. And
I'm not a fan of water levels of any kind, just because of the physics of it.
Yeah, water level physics can be a nightmare.
Yeah, but I did, however, get classic controllers for my Switch. I got the Genesis ones and I got the Super Nintendo ones.
Yeah,
and
we saw.
I've been thinking about playing A Link to the Past because I've also never finished A Link to the Past. I've actually never even really played it, to be honest with you.
I cannot believe
wow.
this right now. I cannot believe this right now.
Okay, then play that.
Well, LeRon, if you listen to Nintendo Power Block, you know the entire Super Nintendo generation I skipped because I never owned one.
Oh, it's kind of like how I skipped the Nintendo 64 generation.
Yeah.
And the Wii U generation.
Yeah. Well, you didn't really skip the Wii U generation because all the best games are already on Switch except for
it's living its best life on Nintendo Switch right now.
Yeah.
Corey,
what?
Just play A Link to the Past. That's your answer.
Dude, Link to the Past is a fucking amazing trip.
Yeah, and you have the classic controller.
I do.
And it's a short play, honestly. Like most people can beat Link to the Past in 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, and A Link to the Past, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But that's the one where technically you have a little bit of choice about which dungeon you want to approach first.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit because what was that the third dungeon with the water? Like no.
I mean, Ed and I played through Link to the Past on the Retro Game Show a long time ago before Boss Rush existed. I didn't play it. I was the guide. I would look up issues and problems.
All right, you know what? No, you know what? If you can't just give yourself a break, Corey, and then just be ready for Switch Sports. So that's in 2 weeks.
I am ready for Switch Sports, but it's not like I'm not going to sit there and play Switch Sports for 50 hours by myself. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to do the what's the Trauma Rama or whatever it's called, where you gotta use what's it called?
The Chumbawamba?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
The sword fighting one.
I think we should have a community game night the night it comes out. I think it comes out on Friday night.
This Friday?
No, it's the 29th because we're giving it away on PAL Block.
Tell your Destiny friends that you are busy that night with Nintendo stuff.
I know. I'm just like...
I can hear Corey right now. I'm busy!
But, here's the thing. There's all these games I want to play, but I'm not excited for. Mario Strikers is something that I want to play, but I'm not, itching to play it. I want to play Fire Emblem Warriors, but, it's a Warriors game. I'm not excited for that. I thought, when Age of Calamity came out, I thought, okay, this is the one. This is the one that's going to get me. And I played for, 5 or 6 hours, and I was like, I am bored. This is boring. And I know, I can hear Lasby yelling at me all the way from Seattle, right? I can hear him. But, I was bored, and I tried to play Fire Emblem Warriors, and I was bored. And what is happening to me? Am I just not into games anymore?
No, you're just stretched too thin. You've got your real time job. You've got 2 kids, and you run Boss Rush, and write for the Boss Rush site. And you are a creator, so you have your creative mind always on. And you just said, kind of like me, if you want to play a game, you need that kind of time to play in, or you just can't get invested into it. So
Yeah.
it happens. It's normal. I mean, it's frustrating as all hell, but I've gone through it. And when I write, I go through it a lot. We just kind of need to find the right time and the right game.
Yeah. And like, I even... I want a big, like, Breath of the Wild
Harry
is
Potter.
a game.
I'm not
I
Harry
know,
Potter,
I'm
Hogwarts.
really excited for Harry Potter, and don't worry, I've already gotten enough shit about being excited for Harry Potter on multiple levels. So,
Hey, this is the safe zone. You can be excited about it here.
no, I am excited for it. I'm not like hiding that I'm excited for it. I'm just like, I mean, people are like, well, why are you supporting Harry Potter? Writer's bad, or you know, it's Harry Potter, it's a kid's game, or you know, I'm getting it from all angles, guys. It's just not. It's my
People
most
just need to shut up.
look,
Yeah,
people. It's my most
people are just
anticipated game of the
way too
year.
Fucking uptight.
It's my most anticipated game of the year. I'm very excited, especially now that Zelda's delayed.
Yeah.
And like I keep coming back to Breath of the Wild. I want a big open world that I don't have to think about things. I can go do what I want and kind of progress at my leisure. And I've also been thinking about returning to Assassin's Creed Odyssey because I haven't finished it. I've put 60, 70 hours into that game and I still haven't finished it. And like that used to be my comfort game for a long time, where like if I didn't know what to play, I would just turn that on and do, you know, whatever, go hit all the exclamation marks on this island and be like, I got my fill. I played about 5 hours of this game. I've got my fill. I'll turn it off and do something else.
Oh, so you can just like hop into Odyssey, like even if you haven't touched it in a while, and go back to wherever you last left off.
It's totally a mindless game. It's just I already know what happens because I kind of looked up story stuff because I was excited for Valhalla, and then I played 3 hours of Valhalla and couldn't get into it.
Well, how about this? The game probably won't come out for another 10 years, and 5 spin-offs will come out before it, but did at least the excitement of a Kingdom Hearts 4 get you all hyped up?
I am excited for Kingdom Hearts 4, and I like the way Sora looks. I think Sora looks great, and everybody can just shut up. You know why? Because when Sora gets transferred to the world, he takes on the form of that world, okay? Mm-hmm. He's in some sort of... And this isn't the first time he's gone to like a realistic world, right? Like in Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3, he went to Pirates of the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. And by the way, that world in Kingdom Hearts 3 looks awesome. Just looks awesome. I didn't finish Kingdom Hearts 3 though, because I was waiting for the Remind DLC to come out, and then it ended up being $40, and it's never on sale. And I'm like, I'm not paying $40 for the end of this game. So.
Yeah, I was excited when I saw Kingdom Hearts 4, to be honest with you, completely forgetting that I never really got past the first world in Kingdom Hearts 3 because we've already been through that long discussion, especially with LeRon.
Yes, we wrote a whole featured article on it.
But yeah, I don't know, I like the way Sora looks, even though he still runs like he has big feet. He's like,
yeah. It's that it's the generic Kingdom Hearts running animation. A lot of people are comparing him to the to Sion from the Bouncer, which is like a really it was like a launch PS2 game that everybody bought when it came out, and then everybody hated like, you know, like revisionist history. Oh, the Bouncer sucks, and now everybody's coming back around on it. I'm like, the Bouncer was good when it came out. It was like this brawler. It was like this brawler RPG,
Bouncer was fun.
And like you could do like New Game Plus, and then they would add a level to extend the story, and there was like 10 New Game Plus 10 to get the full story and level up all your characters. And each time it got harder. It was awesome. I played the crap out of the Bouncer, mostly because like when I got a PS2, I got the Bouncer and I got Madden, and those were the 2 games I had for like until Final Fantasy X came out.
But I will say it's kind of weird in that Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. Not weird, it just made me feel uncomfortable that this is like supposed to be like real human world, and they're actually getting sucked up by the big black monster thing. I'm like, oh, this is real life people dying instead of cartoon characters now. I don't know, it's weird for me to get my mind adjusted to that. But yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it's not going to come out for a while, so it just
Oh,
got me
it's
all
not
excited for nothing.
It's not coming out for a long time. But the rumor is that Star Wars is going to make an appearance in this game. There was some people think they saw an ATST foot in the trailer, and
Nerds.
some sort of lightsaber sound.
Nerds.
Huh.
Which, look, I would probably be okay with a Keyblade lightsaber. That sounds really awesome. It's just me.
I'll admit that's a cool idea. So
I'm honestly sorry. I understand.
But are you sorry?
Not really. I understand the hype train from Kingdom Hearts 4. Just Kingdom Hearts disappointed me so much to the fact that I cannot get, I can't get it up for Kingdom Hearts 4 at this point right now.
I mean, I get it. It's like Kingdom Hearts was like too little, too late, right? Like that game should have come out.
Well,
we should be on like
definitely was. We should be on Kingdom Hearts 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the fact that I think what pisses a lot of people off too is like all of the story for Kingdom Hearts is in the spin-off games, in the mobile games, and like you only get pieces here and there in the main games, and that really turns a lot of people off too.
That is the biggest thing that pissed me off. Like, oh, actually, no. In our article that Stephanie and I wrote called "Kingdom Hearts Broke My Heart" or "How Kingdom Hearts Broke My Heart," my number one thing was the fact that when it looked like Kingdom Hearts 3 was definitely going to get delayed, and technically it was indefinitely delayed if we want to look at it because it missed an entire console generation.
Mm-hmm.
Usually if a game doesn't come out like in the next generation, we think it's canceled for sure, But they were releasing all these the handheld and the mobile titles and all that stuff. And I remember reading somewhere where like it's Nomura who's the creator of this, right?
Yeah. He's the director.
He's the director. Yeah. He said that these games would not be a necessary requirement to get the full story. And then all these collections started coming out, like the 1.5 and the 2.5 and the 2.8 and all this shit, and all of a sudden all these fucking games are required. And I was like, motherfucker, the only ones you said was required was Birth by Sleep, and I made sure I had a PSP for that shit.
Yeah, I bought a PSP for Birth by Sleep. I bought a PSP for Birth by Sleep and 2 God of War games and War of the Lions, I think.
Yeah, Birth by Sleep is my favorite Kingdom Hearts game that I've played to date.
Oh, well, let me tell you, you will like Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. I have all the collections. So I have the I don't have my games on my bookcase yet because I still haven't like unpacked all my shit. But I have all the collection games that came out on PS4, and I have Kingdom Hearts 3. So it's not even like I'm hitting it to the point where I won't buy it. I have them because eventually I'm going to be like, I need to see how this story ends without going on YouTube and watching a long play. I want to see how this ends, but I mean that's fair. It's just like the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 is in the DLC, which is just I don't know. And like it sucks because the DLC is like it's not even like a real kind of ending. It's just like I don't really know how to explain it without spoiling it. But like it's basically like at the end it's like shows what the other side of the story was while the other ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 was happening.
Ooh.
And then
I feel like that would piss me off.
And then you get a cutscene at the end that kind of leads into really what this Kingdom Hearts 4 is, right? Like, and it's just like because like everybody thinks somebody's dead and nobody's really dead because it's Disney and Kingdom Hearts and you survive in another body and whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's just I don't know.
So I mean, in all seriousness, like, and I don't want to upset the fans of the Kingdom Hearts series and stuff like that. It just let me down to the point where I couldn't take it seriously anymore. If it wasn't for like, I just feel like the naming scheme of some of the games are laughable. Like 358/2, like
it makes sense if you play the game.
But still, they
Okay.
could have titled it
Yeah,
better. I don't know.
I'm like, someone make it make sense to me, but you know what? Corey just said something, and I'm like, oh, now I need to play the game, but I don't really want to play the game. So
Actually, the collections have all the cutscenes on it because the game is literally just an arena where you fight a bunch of Heartless and then a boss, and then it goes to another cutscene.
Wait, are you kidding me?
358 over 2 days is not a great video game.
How did
Really?
Yeah.
How did the
To the point where, like, on the collections, they literally just included the cutscenes because there's no anything.
Well, I clearly didn't get far enough into it because I did buy it. It was for the DS, right?
Yeah.
Started playing with it, and I immediately lost interest, and I don't recall.
Here's another classic example of the fans basically did it in.
The handheld games that have the most story in them are Chain of Memories, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance. Those are the games. Those are the handheld games that you need to know. And then Recoded and 358 over 2 days. 358 over 2 days has story, but like you really only need to watch cutscenes because that's where the story is. There's no story implementation in the missions whatsoever. So that's my opinion. I know it's not a popular one, but whatever.
I'm turned off by the fact that at the end of 3, you really need to play the DLC to get the... Because I think one of the latest EXP cast podcasts talked about DLC and whether or not you play them. And I kind of agree that I'm not a fan of DLC that you would need to get your ending. Like if it's supplemental, additional.
Is it paid DLC?
Yeah, it's $40.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not fine with that either.
Yeah, it's been on sale for like $25, but it's
that's an expansion.
No, the amount of DLC that it gives you, it's probably a $14.99 piece of DLC max. So,
good lord.
Yeah,
good lord. Let's move away from Kingdom Hearts before I really start ranting.
So I am excited for Kingdom Hearts 4 when I'm like 40 and it comes out and.
How you say when I'm like 40?
Whoa. Anyways, but yeah, I don't know. I get frustrated when I can't figure out what I want to do. You know, it just sucks sometimes. But maybe I'll just start playing Monster Hunter and quit everything else. In Destiny, it'll be fine.
No, don't quit Destiny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Anyways, who else wants to say words on this?
Podcast?
I
had an idea, for like a second. Literally, I had a second when oh my gosh, let me start over. I had an idea when I walked away. And as soon as I sat back down, my brilliant idea vanished. All right, give me a second. Let me see. Oh, okay. If you were to create your own video game, like you would have all the manpower you need, all the resources and finances you need. I mean, this could turn into a very long conversation, but I would say let's start with if you could have your own video game or create one, what genre would you go for? Like, what direction would you go? I'll start just because mine will be boring because I'm just that generic chick. Like I want your third person action adventure, several branching paths of the decisions you make. I'll start there. I wouldn't be surprised if it was very Zelda inspired because I have a one-track mind. But I've always wanted to kind of create my own iteration like of a third person action adventure.
Yeah.
So
I would like some. I mean, I'm probably gonna mimic some of what you said, like a Zelda style adventure. But like, what I would like is like a third person kind of adventure game where you could kind of have a small party, like companions with you. Like one of them I'm a sucker for games with a dog companion. Like that was like 90% of the reason why I bought Fallout 3, and then I played like 2 hours of it and I never touched it again.
So why the frack aren't you playing Monster Hunter Rise?
I don't know. But then when I played Breath of the Wild, you could use the Wolf Link amiibo as a pet, and it was awesome.
I need that amiibo.
Oh man, you should get it before it's $9,000.
I'm pretty sure it's not readily available right now, right?
They sold it separately for a while. But the thing is if you played Twilight Princess HD on the Wii U with it, you could level it up. And instead of a 6-heart dog pet that would run around and kill things for you and fetch items for you and hunt for you, you could have a 20-heart dog pet that would go fetch things for you and fight for you. And it was awesome. It was awesome. And then you could feed it meat to heal it. Such a cool mechanic that probably only 10% of the people used it because nobody bought a Wii U and nobody bought Twilight Princess on the Wii U.
Holy moly. Wolf Link amiibo on Amazon is $179.
Oof.
What the hell? Only one left in stock. Order soon.
You should just buy the card.
Tell them to keep it.
Buy the card. The card's probably like $6.
No, I don't want the card. Look, eBay, $60.
$60? Oh my gosh. They were those things like that. When Toys R Us was going out of business, they had probably 20 of those of the Zelda, the Twilight Princess box set with the amiibo for like $15. Should have bought them all.
Oh gosh. Oh, that hurts.
I know.
LeRon, what kind of video game would you create?
I let me guess. I'm disqualified for saying a Monster Hunter game, right?
No.
Not necessarily. I said I wanted to create a Zelda-like game, so.
Yeah, and I kind of did too.
Honestly, I would make another tactical style game because like I still have a very wicked love affair for Final Fantasy Tactics, and I'm really thinking that Square is probably on the cusp of either making a very direct sequel to the War of the Lions, or they're actually going to remake it one more time. That being said, though, I definitely like tactical RPGs. It's a reason why I would spend $60 on Fire Emblem and then cry 4 days later when price drops. But yeah, like I just don't know. I think mine would be more not like in the old because a lot of these games thrive in the medieval fantasy realm, but I'd definitely make a more science fiction-y type one, which is kind of why I'm super amped for Front Mission 1 and 2 coming back out on the Switch. But yeah, I would definitely play around with it because I like tech and technology and stuff like that. So I think what I would do is I would do something because Ghost in the Shell is like my favorite like anime series. So it would probably be very cyberpunkish, like probably like some, like borrow, if not be an actual Ghost in the Shell tactical game, it would probably borrow a lot of ideas heavily from the Ghost in the Shell universe because I feel like Masamune Nishiro just makes some of the best shit. I mean, like I feel like Masamune Nishiro and Akira Toriyama are some of the greatest when it comes to like anime and manga and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I would definitely like do something kind of cyberpunkish, as far as that, but make it a tactical like RPG strategy game. And and it wouldn't be like it wouldn't, and I would try to like use as much imagination as possible, so it doesn't just come off as some rinky-dink generic ass game that you could have just reskinned and put medieval characters on top of, and everybody would have been okay, whatever.
Nice. You know what's another one that popped into my head, and I think it's like an opposites thing, like psychology-wise. I want to create a horror game because I'm a scaredy cat. Like I can count the number of horror games I played on one hand. That's how much I just avoid them. But like part of me is like, well, if I create one, I don't know. I feel like that would be super empowering if I could just make like some. But mine would probably be more like a psychological horror instead of like Outlast body horror. Yeah, I'm trying.
I'm not the best of body horror. I can tell you that right now.
You what?
I'm not the best of body horror. I'm not.
Pass.
Which is funny. Which is funny because like I love the fuck out of like the Alien franchise.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, but 80s body horror versus body horror now is like
Ooh,
way different.
ooh,
Let's be
Yeah.
honest here.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They can make things look pretty realistic. Like
Yeah, gore has always fucked with me though.
yeah.
Like,
That's why I couldn't do. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday, right, Lon? I mean, it's a movie, a video game movie, like it's the Silent Hill movies. Like I just
yeah,
cannot do that. But if I can achieve the level of fear of like a PT, that'd be cool.
you know what? PT damaged my comb. PT fucked me up. Like it fucked me up to the point where I couldn't even complete it, and that was just a fucking demo.
Yeah. Can you imagine
Like-
if that was like a full-fledged game?
Yeah, you know what? You know what? Wait, you didn't play to beat it, right?
No, I just did a let's play because I did not have the cojones to play it.
How freaked out were you with the freaking sink fetus?
Sync baby, I know.
How that freaked me the fuck out. I was like, no, I couldn't do it. Some buddies were watching me play the game. When I got to that point, I was like, you know what? I've dealt with a lot of shit tonight with this game, but here, you guys have to finish this game for me now because I can't.
And there's something about the repetitive nature of just going through that same hallway, like
The same hallway.
You
Yeah.
can't escape. You can't just be like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like,
Right? Yeah.
oh my gosh, I can't.
Yeah. Which,
So-
which you know is crazy now that I think about it. But like I said earlier, like I love like the Alien movie franchise and stuff like that. So like it's actually is so like I don't understand how I actually like I love a good horror game, but the fact that Alien Isolation kind of put me back into this. You never heard this story, Stephanie. When I was a kid, I saw my first Alien movie at like 11 years old. Like my dad accidentally took. I say accidentally took me because there's no way he would have intentionally taken me to see like Aliens, the second movie. There's no way he would have intentionally taken me to see that movie. So here I am, and you know what? The funny part is like this movie is not it doesn't become a horror movie until like almost halfway through. You know, you don't see an actual xenomorph for the first time until like I want to say like halfway into the movie. You know, so here I was sitting there thinking it was just a sci-fi action movie. You know, because it's like you got Marines and you got guns and you know like you got like starships and stuff and they're doing drop missions, all that stuff. I was cool. The first time the xenomorph like jumped up out that damn screen, oh, I was fucked.
Oh.
At 11 years old, I had fucking night terrors. I had night terrors for years. Like it got to the point where when I say years, I mean like I would get triggered. The movie, like that first night we got home and everything, right? My dad knew I was shook. You know, so you know, like basically, like you know, nighttime, it's time to go to bed and stuff like that. I didn't sleep that entire night. I had fucking night terrors the first night, and my mom. I want to say somewhere around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, my mom had enough. I could hear them arguing in the bedroom, and she was like, "Why would you take him to see something?" And so yeah. So I want to say for a good solid week, there was no such thing as me sleeping through the entire night. Like you know that movie fucked with me. So just imagine. This is back when VHS was the thing. Just imagine, like the VHS tape comes out 9 months later, and my parents would not let me see the movie. They would not let me rewatch that movie with them. I'm in my room. They're in the living room watching it, and I could just hear like the soundtrack and stuff, and it triggered me all over again.
No. Oh, LeRon, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, and you want to know what's crazy now is my favorite thing to do when I have nothing else to do now. Watch those movies, you know, stuff like that. So fast forward to me like 2 Halloweens ago, and I'm finally getting the stones to play Alien Isolation. And oh my god, it felt like I was an 11-year-old boy again, all over again. The game fucked with me so hard.
Well, I heard like it's one of its big things that gets people is like there's always like an alien kind of stalking you, right?
So when they first talked about this game, right? They're like it's only one xenomorph, you know, in the entire space station that's dogging you. That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. Because you get to a point where you realize, oh, there's an actual nest here. You get to that point. But but I really had to see, like, I really had to see if it was just one xenomorph, the entire time. There's a YouTube creator. He devotes his time to actually, like, dissecting and analyzing the assets of games and stuff. It's really interesting. If I can remember the name of it, I will link you to it. Because this guy's done breakdowns for Resident Evil 2 and 3, like, because he's like, how does Mr. X keep showing up, in certain places and things like that. So he does a breakdown and shows how the game, like, allocates the assets to where, like, he'll drop down in a certain place, like it's like a scripted. And
cool.
and at the time when Alien Isolation was popular, the developers were saying that the alien encounters are random, they're not scripted. While I was playing the game, though, I kid you not, I would walk into a room and I would walk in the room, because it's in first person perspective, right? I'd walk in the room, I'd look around the room real fast, and I was like, oh, Xenomorph's coming. there's no way this room is safe and stuff like that. And sure enough, like, I take like 5 or 6 steps in the room, and you hear them slink down through the fucking air vents and shit like that. So so after I finally played it and beat it for that Halloween series, I started digging into it, because there were just things that, like, the writers kind of got shitty, like, in the final, like, third of the game. Like, there was just things that didn't add up, and I was like, did a second team take over or something? What happened? So I found this YouTube video that showed the breakdown, and he was like, okay, he was like basically, to like prove that the developers are liars, we're gonna show you this, and it's gonna blow your mind. He did a cutaway of, like, the entire field map for the game, and you can literally see 5 xenomorphs in different locations in the game at one particular time. I was like, these fucking liars.
Yeah, David's been trying to get me to play that game. I'm still
Alien
not ready for it.
Alien Isolation will fuck with you.
Yeah.
And one thing is true, though. The Xenomorph has a learning AI, though. Like the way you, like, try to avoid it. Oh, by the way, like, if you hit his line of sight, you're dead. You might as well not even try to run. Just sit still, let it kill you. There's no running from the thing. Like, there's no running from the thing, and no door will close fast enough behind you to keep it from getting you. So that's one thing.
It's like like you're just guaranteed death.
It's a death. It's a death. Just get ready to restart from your checkpoint. But it's a learning AI. So if you manage to outwit it and hide from it and stuff like that, it learns from that experience. Like, eventually get to the point where it will start checking lockers. Yeah.
Ooh.
It will start checking lockers. It will automatically start checking lockers and shit like that. And that's the part that's infuriating, because it's like, how is it? Well, if you look at the movies, though, they are very intelligent. The xenomorph, so, like, it makes sense. But man, like, this.
Nope.
The parlor tricks that they did for developing the AI, I give them credit for, but at the same time, they told us just enough lies for you to call them bullshit.
Wow.
Yeah, but
are you not holding your breath in the lockers, LeRon?
Is that true?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. Okay, when you get into a locker, when you hide in the locker, if the xenomorph is close by, you need to press yourself back into the locker. You cannot be looking through the grate. Like, I don't know. Number one, the aliens don't actually see the same way we see, so I don't know how it's spotting you looking through that damn lock, through the little grates in the locker. I don't know how it does that, but the thing is, like, you're supposed to pull back into the locker and you're supposed to hold your breath. Now, here's the dumb shit. If you hold your breath too long, she starts to panic. And when she starts panicking, you're making noise, because, like, that's one thing for sure. The aliens definitely home in on a sound.
Oh, wait. So that was my question. The holding the breath, is that a button, or are you literally?
Yeah, it's a button. It's a button. Yeah.
No, you literally have to hold your own breath.
I don't know.
It's a Kinect game.
Oh, no. On the hard mode, people that have PlayStation controllers and Xbox controllers, they have PlayStation controllers have built-in mics for sure. On the super hard difficulty, it will hear the sounds you make from the microphone.
Okay, so I did hear about it somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, the regular mechanic is kind of like, and again, this is one of the few horror games I played, the medium, right, where your character can hold her breath when you're the maw or whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
Ooh, that thing was creepy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Did you play the PS5 version or did you play the Xbox version?
I played it on Xbox because it was on Game Pass. However, once I did get my PS5, I did buy a copy.
Oh, okay. Because I've heard it's an experience on PS5. I haven't gotten it for PS5 yet because I also played the Game Pass version.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when I heard about the tricks they were pulling out for the DualSense controller, I was like, oh, I got it. I'm going to get this.
Exactly. I mean, the ending kind of would suggest that there could be a sequel, and I hope there is one. So
yeah.
Anyway, to conquer my fear, that's what I would do. I'd develop a horror game.
Fear.
What's the saying about fear? Fear is, I don't know.
I don't know that saying.
I don't know. So.
All right. Anyone else got anything else?
No.
No.
I mean, okay. Anybody watching Moon Knight?
I haven't started it yet.
Okay. Well, I watched the first 2 episodes, so it was fine.
It's fine.
I'm kind of I don't know. Like I think I'm trying to wait for like more episodes to be out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, I'm just saying. I'm just focused on. Mark wrote that article about what to watch before you see the new Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
I'm focused on kind of filling in the gaps to prepare for that because I am stoked for this.
Yeah, it's hard for me to get excited for movies, like MCU movies in the theater still, because like I don't get to go to the theater ever, really, and so like I have to like wait till Disney Plus, and then by the time the movie comes out after that weekend, it's already spoiled for me, so it's just like, oh, okay, I guess.
I get it. I mean, my going to the movie theaters is kind of like a 50-50 for me. Like I avoided when the new Spider-Man, is it No Way Home, came out because there was just way too many people that I was comfortable with going to the movies at that time with coronavirus.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, that movie got spoiled for me the Friday morning it came out.
Oh, that's awful.
Like, because
there was how did
there was the midnight showing on Thursday.
I know, but what particularly spoiled it?
I woke up and I was in the bathroom and I was scrolling through Twitter getting ready to take a shower, and the first thing that popped up was like an image of all 3 of them together on Twitter.
Wait. Up to that point, you had not known about that? Because I thought that was a big thing with the advertising campaign, that you were going to see the original Spideys.
No, that wasn't part of the advertising campaign.
How would you... Wait. Okay.
I mean, it was like the worst kept secret because the villains were in there, right? But like, I mean, it's like, it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I haven't seen it yet. I would like to at some point, but. It's just hard for me to get excited because, like, I can't be part of the conversation at the beginning. So it's like, I'll see it when I see it. LeRon is talking. We're not going to pull an Ed, though. We won't put his audio on the podcast feed.
I'm muted.
I know. We went through Zencastr the other day for Pow Block, and he muted himself on Skype, but he didn't mute himself on Zencastr. So I didn't really fully edit the show and didn't take his phone conversation out of the podcast. So I had to like upload the audio that I used for the video instead of the Zencastr recording.
Jeez.
It's fine.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us, man.
Yeah. Man, I messed up so bad on a lot of things on Pow Block on Monday.
Oh, stop.
Like the video version, I didn't change because Jack joined us on the video version, and I didn't change his image because we recorded standard def the night before. So the image was just a frozen image of Matt, who has been on this show before.
Oh my gosh!
Because like when you OBS, LeRon, you know this. Like
I know
when like everybody hangs up from Skype, it's literally the last frame of their image on OBS before they hang up. and it just stays there.
Like we need to let people. Here's a pro tip for everybody out there who uses OBS and uses Skype the NDI filter. If you have someone that has to like leave the show early, and they're leaving the show early, have them at least close off their camera. That way you at least see like the Skype image and not them frozen, because they'll be frozen.
Yeah,
like something like that.
That's good to know.
Yeah. It's a production trick. It's a production tricks and tips and trick. There we go. I'm getting tongue tied again. It's about that time. Hey, real quick, Quentin Jackson in the chat asks, have you guys watched the Jujutsu Kaisen movie? I've never heard of it.
I don't know what that is.
I'm googling it right now though.
Sounds like an anime.
It does, but wait, no, this is an actual movie.
That's not true.
Wait, hold on. Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, it's an anime.
I told you.
Wait. I'm not sure if it's an anime or if it's actually based off an anime.
Okay.
Up till now I hadn't heard of it. This is new for me. Oh, it is an anime movie. Okay.
Oh,
I may need to add it on my list though. Let me see. Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's see something here. I'm trying to. Where's the freaking Wikipedia page at? Here we go. All right, Jujutsu Kaisen, the Japanese manga series. I want to hear about the movie. Where's the movie?
I haven't seen a good anime in a long time, so I'll have to put that down.
Well, right now, like I'm trying to work my way through My Hero and Demon Slayer. But I'm also waiting for the new season of Ghost in the Shell SAC 2049 to come out.
In other news, the Elden Ring speedrun is now less than 7 minutes.
Yeah, I saw that.
What?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so is the game really that hard?
Did you see that somebody beat the game with only using buttons on a Stream Deck?
I saw that. I saw the news of that. I have not seen I have not read the article.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyways, let's.
It's mind over matter, people. Like these games aren't as hard as you think. Like Corey, you and I have said it. A couple of Crossroads episodes ago. It's all about patience.
That's why people think it's hard. Is nobody's patient.
Nobody's patient. No, it's nobody has patience and nobody's able to adapt. I hear that's the same problem with people playing Sifu.
Yeah, I mean. I
wasn't trying to out you, Stephanie.
No, it's all right. That's how I had to learn. I'm like, okay, you can't just mash buttons here.
Look, all right. I know I've said this before. I don't want to say it's not challenging because it's definitely a challenging game. But
it's a challenging game, yeah.
It's patience, and if you're not patient, you're gonna lose. Like that's
precisely.
So, anyways, let's get out of here. Unless anybody has anything else they want to talk about.
No, but great.
I think we're good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening to this episode of the Boss Rush Podcast. If you like the show and you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, leave us a 5-star rating and a nice review. It really helps with discoverability. If you're watching on YouTube, give us that subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Remember, we are live every Wednesday night on twitch.tv/BossRushNetwork. If you want the show, wow. It's okay. I didn't sneeze. I thought it was coming. I thought it was coming, but it did not. If you want the show early, you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/BossRushNetwork, where you also get 2 weeks early access to Standard Definition and After Dark. Also, a week early access to Expansion Pass, our Nintendo PAL Lock supplement show.
Speaking of which, do we announce the producers on this show as well?
You're right. We did not do that. Holy crap. Why did we not do that? Because I forget every time on this show.
Good thing I'm here.
This is the only show I forget. It's because it's the only show that doesn't have show notes. Yeah, so we're going to shout out our Patreon producers right now.
We do love you.
We do, I
Corey
promise.
forgets about you.
I promise. I don't forget about you on the other shows. It's just this one. Just the flagship show, we forget about you. Remember, if you support us at the $5 tier, you are a Patreon producer. And we will shout you out on this show. So, you can also get early access to the shows for just $1, but if you want your name read, $5 tier is where it's at. I want to thank Rebecca Jewell, Adriel Munger, and my wife, Sada Dirrig.
Aw.
She doesn't know she's a producer, but I signed her up. It's fine. So yeah, thank you for helping us produce the show. We couldn't be here without you guys. It's a lot of fun, and I'm glad that you guys think that our content is worth supporting. So, remember, you can get the shows for free also. They're just a little bit later than the cool kids. Stephanie, where can we find you?
People can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Klimov, KLIMOV_author. Other than on here, you can also hear me on After Dark and Standard Def, more specifically the classically animated Disney movies, and occasionally an article on bossrush.net.
LeRon.
As always, you can find me on social media at Exodus803. Also, make sure to check me out on my Twitch and YouTube channels, also under that same tag, as well as PlayStation Network, Steam, and Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Twitch channel, The Crossroads Podcast, where we talk about PlayStation, PC, and Xbox, and a little bit more. It all depends how we feel. And then, of course, Wednesday nights, I am the lead host for Lost Rush After Dark. That's the one where we get kind of naughty.
We haven't been in a while, though.
Yeah, no, we've been getting pretty real.
Weird.
Yeah. Yep, and also because I'm also part of a couple of Standard Definition crews, mainly the Mass Effect Standard Definition with my boy Stoy, and as well as the MCU Standard Definition with Mr. Corey. It's always a good time with me. Oh, don't say it like that. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. You know you love this.
You can find me at IamCoreyNHD on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me on Nintendo Pow Block, our Nintendo podcast, Standard Definition on MCU, and we just wrapped our last episode of Indiana Jones. So you'll be hearing those episodes in the coming weeks.
Where do you go next?
We're talking about Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Nice.
Awesome.
Because I've never seen them, so.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been through this. It's I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening. Like, subscribe, share, rate, and review wherever you listen to our fine programming. And until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Take care.
I did the wax on, wax off wave.
You did.